Lesson 2.5 is graphs and functions, and we're going to put together equations, tables, and graphs. So we're going to end up doing all three of these items within one problem. The amount of water in a tank being filled is represented by the equation G equals 20m. G is the number of gallons in the tank after m minutes. Complete the table and sketch a graph of the equation. So we'll go ahead and complete the table first. And they've given us the number of minutes, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 minutes, and it's 20 gallons times however many minutes. So 20 times 0 is 0, 20 times 1 is 20, etc. 20 times 2 is 40, 20 times 3 is 60, and 20 times 4 is 80. So here's our completed table. We can come up with the coordinates. We have 0, 0, 120, 240, 360, and 480. Let's go ahead and plot these. So it's 0, 0, 1 is 20, 2 is 40, 3 is 60, 4 is 80. Now we have to decide, should we connect the dots or not? So is it continuous or discrete? And we have to decide, well, time. Is time continuous or is it discrete? And time is continuous because the water will keep coming in at a half a minute, 1 3/4 of a minute, 1 2/3 of a minute, etc. So this is actually continuous. And when I draw this, I'm going to actually draw it with an arrow at the end because I am going to keep going. Now it will end up stopping. I just don't know where it's going to stop because I don't know how many gallons this tank actually holds. Okay, so that's it for this problem. We have the equation, the corresponding table, and the corresponding graph. They all go together. You can see in each of these that is changing by 20 gallons per minute. All of these are increasing by 20. For every 1 minute here, the water increases by 20. So they're all related. Next, we're going to use the table to make a graph and to write an equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the graph, and I'm going to plot these points. At 0, it's 4, and at 2, it's 6, at 5, it's 9, at 8, it's 12, and at 12, it's 16. Now, I don't know if this is continuous or if this is discrete because I don't have a situation surrounding it. Since they want it to be an equation though, I'm going to go ahead and make it continuous because you cannot really have an equation of a discrete model. You can, but that's a completely different type of lesson. So if there's no scenario, we'll go ahead and make it continuous. Let me fix this a little bit. Okay, and then from here they want us to come up with the equation. So we have to look. Sometimes it's easier to look at the graph, sometimes it's easier to look at the table. At 0 it's 4, and at 2 it's 6. So it changed over 2 and it changed up 2. So over 2 and up 2 from 0. So let's see what's happening here. From 2 we have 2, 6, and then 5, 9. So it's changing up. From 6 to 9 is 3, and then it's over 3. So it appears that we're starting at 4, so we can say y equals 4 plus, then we're adding the x value because it just changes by 1. So here we can see if we start at 4, 0 plus 4 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 9, or I'm sorry, 4 plus 5 is 9, 4 plus 8 is 12, 4 plus 12 is 16. Another way that we can look at this is all these changes, but the changes are a little bit different because here's changing by 2 and then it's changing by 3 and then it goes by 3 and then it goes by 4. So that's not going to be as helpful, I don't think, to us as the actual graph when we're looking at this one. Okay, let's look at the next one. So here we have the table and the equation and the graph. And finally, they want us to use the graph to make a table and to write an equation. So I'm going to go ahead and make the table first. It looks like my x value, I start at 0 and the y value is 0. My next x is 1 with a y of 3 right here. Then I have 2 and 6, 3 and 9, and 4 and 12. Here, I'm changing, I go up 3 and over 1. So 3 over 1 is a change of 3. And from these 2 points, I go up 3 more and over 1. So it's the same. And I go up 3 and over 1. So y equals, I know my changes 3 times the x value. So 3 times 0 is 0 and I don't add anything. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, etc. So here is the equation. And that is it. If you want to get started on your assignment, it's going to be lesson 2.5, pages 72 to 73, problems 4 through 9, and 13 through 15.